Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basile, I'm the NZ Trader. You can find at the website www.flipstalker.com. I also post regularly on Twitter using the Flipstalker nickname. Good evening, today is Sunday, May the 18th, 2014, and it's 10 to 9 p.m. time in Toronto. In this video I'm going to review for you four major markets: the pound versus the US dollar, the Australian dollar versus US dollar, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, and the New Zealand dollar versus US dollar. Now this video is the third video of my series that I only distribute to my free newsletter subscribers. Only for this week I'm going to provide these videos also on my website, and I do this in advance of the of tomorrow's webinar on FX Street, on the use of Fibonacci, traditional Fibonacci retraces, and compared to the traces, the way I trace Fibonacci to study the effects of program trading on price. I think this might be very interesting, and it might give you a different view on the markets, and I'm sure that you can find elements of trading and techniques that can give you an additional edge in the market. So if you are interested, just go to my website and you can subscribe for free. I'd be very happy to see you there. So let's start from the pound versus the US dollar. This is the daily chart which you see on the screen, and actually on this daily chart we can also see the sequence of measured move that we would see on the weekly time frame. So we had a first extension from highs to highs with price participation at 158.44, which eventually brought price into first target, and we saw 3 times profit taking at the first target and then second target. And as you can see, as market went to the second target, it was very difficult for this market to continue higher without a retrace, and that retrace eventually came, and actually did also break the price, the sequence. So, and the reason we saw price moving below this 164.71 level. Besides that, price was picked up by the daily and the 4-hour time frames, and price was brought anyway into this first target. However, when that happens, we know that we get brisk selling from those levels, from the first target level, and that's exactly what we are getting at the moment. We saw these 3 days of move higher here. So on the daily time frame we had this move higher. However, this move is better explained on the 15 minutes, and I can tell you that the current sequence of measured move has failed already, and this is a good opportunity short in my opinion at this moment. And the market started moving in extension here, and the first extension was from highs to highs, and the market went into the first and second target, and as you can see here, the next extension failed. So this is a short actually right now at 160, even below again 168.17 with a stop above highs. And this market has the potential to continue lower. Now if we go back to the daily time frame, we can see that the potential for this market is very similar to the potential for the euro dollar, and actually very often these two markets they actually trade in sync. So there is the potential for this market to get into the 159 area here. Moving to the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, I want to show you where we are in this market on a weekly time frame. You will remember that we actually timed this market short 0.9720, and there is a support level below at 0.8560, but market never went there. What this market did on the weekly time frame is to break the sequence of measured move short here, as we can see here, when price went above 0.9341. After that, I said that this market was ready for correction lower, and on the daily we started a sequence of measured move that was interrupted. We saw this reaction higher, And on the 4-hour chart, actually we can actually see clearly the sequence of measured move. We found last week the actual anchor that this market is using. It's these highs at 0.9278, and we had to find this after a few tries and attempts here. But this area 0.9822 showed that this was the right one, broke price into the next target, and the confirmation that this was the right level to watch came here when we saw participation at this 0.9356. Why is it important to know these levels? Because if we anticipate a continuation lower in this market, we know that if price moves below 0.9320 here, that's a confirmation of shorts. Now when we study this market and zoom into the 4-hour chart, we could make the case that this market is already trading on as a consequence of a busted setup here, and that's because didn't respect the first additional measure move here. And in fact, as soon as got into the first target, we start seeing that brisk selling, and also on the 15 minutes here we have a confirmation that we could have seen the highs in this market. If we look at the sequence of measure move, 0.9349 traded with a small front run here, with price getting right into that first target, but then the next measured move just failed and actually failed here. Initially we saw market respecting this 0.9362, and then just 1 hour ago this market failed during the open of the market. So this is a short with a stop above highs, and there is the potential for this market to continue all the way into the area of support that we actually are looking for. That's 0.9063, and this is also aligned with a strength in the dollar here. Now moving to the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, this market has been very interesting and very technical as well. On the weekly time frame in this market, we have, let me remove some of this, we have this level 112.45, and actually this level was identified by choosing from highs to lows here, and this was a level of resistance, acted as resistance a couple of times here, and the confirmation then of this level of resistance came when the sequence of measured move on the weekly, which we modeled with this level of support 102.13, area of support, which eventually broke price into first and second target, actually worked. And the next level of support, I call this level with 2 weeks in advance here, and actually worked beautifully for 2 times. Initially, after 2 weeks, market went into this 109.50 and then shot up in 1 week and continued there and retested that area of resistance, and a second time it worked. But 2 weeks ago this market failed this level, so to me this market now is going to retrace, has the potential to retrace all the way halfway back from these lows in July last year. So very similar to a lot of other markets, the euro dollar, the Canadian, the pound versus the US dollar, and also here the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, which actually is the opposite. We should see strength in the US dollar, but we are seeing weakness, which is okay, as I'm in Canada. I live in Canada, but besides this joke and this comment here, there is the potential for this market to get it to 103.45, and there is also the potential to get a bounce very soon here when market gets into 107.32, and that's very welcome, because this could be an opportunity for this market to bounce, and then we could catch the next measure move lower into 103. So it's a good opportunity here, and that's a level I'm going to watch for a bounce. And actually this could also, if the sequence of measure move fails, this could also actually be a good opportunity to get long into the next the next measure move before we get that dead bounce, that cat bounce I'm anticipating here. The New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar has been quite an interesting market, and actually, so starting from the weekly time frame here, I want to remind that we have support at 0.77 here, and the way we identified that support was a sequence of measure move, lows to highs, brought price into first target, was not able to bring price into the second target, so we modeled this price as another traditional, and actually initially this traditional did not work, but then formed a triangular formation here. Then it started working in 2012, and 2013 was tested twice. So at the moment this market is being pushed higher. When we move to the daily time frame, we can see also within the structure, within this support that is here at July last year, we can also see support on the daily time frame. And as we can see here, these levels were tested a number of times here, and this 181.10 was tested twice, 3 times, and then we had a violation of this sequence of measure move, which decreed basically as a start of a sequence of measure move highest here, and there was here also the clear signal that we should have entered long this market, 81.57 with a stop below lows, and the target is the target of the largest support area here that I showed you before. Interestingly enough, this market started moving in extension right away from highs to highs. We saw price moving into first and second target. The next measure move in this sequence was from highs to highs, and as we can see, this measure move provided support at 0.8515 participation from program trading, which brought price into first target. And the next measure move again was from highs to highs after new target were hit, and initially price found support at this level, then found resistance at the largest first target of the largest time frame here, came back into this level 85.45, and eventually got that participation, which shot up that market into the first target of this time frame as well. So extremely interesting and profitable markets. Now the next measure move we have, it has not been tested so far, and as you can see, it's here at this 0.8587. So at the moment I believe this market is just moving around here without conviction, and as you can see here, I call this potential short on Thursday last week. Actually it was at the beginning of the week. So when the market got there, we could have studied the sequence of measure move, and we also had this basket setup here, which was which was an hint for the fact that we could see some profit taking and actual shorts at this level. But the best information we get when we study the sequence of measure move higher here, and actually before we got into that area of support, we saw price moving into the first target here. Then the next measure move in the sequence failed, and so we used the same measure move here, which brought price right into that resistance and first target, and then after that we could actually trace the next measure move. We saw initially market participating on the upside here, but then it broke it, and that was the short for this market with the stop above eyes. So I hope this video is useful. If you are interested in my webinar tomorrow, please join. You can go on fxtrade.com and subscribe for free. I'm going to talk about very interesting things that could give you a new edge to add on top of your own trading. Thanks a lot for your attention. I wish you a very good trading week and non-trading week, and thank you. Bye bye now.